10 years ago, I accidentally traveled through parallel time and space. 10 years later I returned to my own world, but my body was taken over by another me. Back to my own body. My road of reversal begins. Fourth brother, wait for me to recapture your heart. It's been 10 years. I've gained all the honors and benefits in this parallel world, but I can never get what I want most. My side is not even here. Once you promised me to lie on a pillow and look at the starry sky, but there is no more you under the starry sky. My fourth brother. At last I slowly closed my eyes. When I woke up, it really hurt. I heard someone say, "Now you know it hurts." I opened my eyes violently, sitting up with a swish, not knowing what was going on. I looked straight ahead. A man stood in front of me with nothing but disgust in his eyes. I looked at the man in front of me and stared at him dead in the face. How could it be possible? My face flushed slightly. This was actually fourth brother. How could it be standing in front of me? I smiled happily. It's so good. Even if it's just a dream, it's still good to see fourth brother. As a result, his hand quickly reached towards me. I don't know what he wants to do. Dailin squeezed my hand and yelled at me. Listen to me clearly. Suicide is useless, even if you turn into ashes. I won't let you stay with Huang Fupu. I was puzzled. Suicide? Huang Pushuing? What's that? Looking at my hand. This real pain. Am I not dreaming? Turning my head to look around again. This familiar room. This is fourth brother's mansion. I'm back. This luxurious mansion is where I have been living for several years. I frowned and withdrew my hand, unable to believe that all this was real. I reached out my hand to touch this familiar face. Fourth brother, I'm finally back by your side. Dailin who saved me on the deserted island. But he smiled, not knowing what he was thinking about. He pushed my hand away. It was obvious that something had happened during the time I had traveled to the parallel world that I didn't know about. Dailin turned away from me. His face didn't look good. Fourth brother, not calling me a pervert anymore. Pervert? I didn't. I was about to retort when he was about to leave to call the doctor over. Dailin had a sideways glance, looking at my appearance. He didn't know what he was thinking in his heart. I anxiously called out for fourth brother, as this was the first time I saw him since I crossed over, but he still closed the door and didn't say a word. No matter what I said, the doctor was talking. From the time of your accident until now, he has been guarding you, not closing his eyes for the days and the nights. Can't you see that the clothes on him still have blood on? If fourth brother still cares about me, why is it so cold to me? What happened in the end? And who is that Huang Pushuin? The doctor reminded me again. You are only 19 years old. Life has just begun. Don't do this kind of stupid thing in the future. Hearing this, I was like a bolt from the blue. What did you say? 19. I clearly remembered that I was 17 the year I left. I was in a car accident that year, and when I woke up, I traveled to another world. When I think about it, my head hurts and my body trembles. What happened in these 2 years? How come I'm one of the worst singers? It can't be a subterfuge to get to the top. How can you play the female lead with such acting skills? Get out of the entertainment industry. This curse is how will be cursing me. I'm in a man's arms, honey. I got you the limited edition sneakers you wanted last time. How dare you jump into the river for him? Who let you get in our way? If you stop me again, I will die for you. I just want to be with Qing. Without Qing, I might as well die. I got my own blood vessel. The blood drops down one by one. Thinking back on these things, I came to the pool here, still dripping with fresh water. It turns out that during these 2 years that I was away, there was another person who occupied my body, and not only did a lot of ridiculous things, but also used my body to fall in love with other me. No wonder fourth brother was so cold towards me. He must be very disappointed in me, but it doesn't matter. I caressed myself in the mirror. Fourth brother, I won't let you down again. I'm going to return to my original form after traveling back. Your June light is back. I will recapture your heart and return to you. I've been fighting for my life in another time and place with her lousy cards, but she's dominating my body. Look at my hair. It's dry and dull. It looks old. After losing my hair, I opened a door and the light came out, but it smelled bad, and I was in my wardrobe. What's all this? What's with all the shabby clothes? This one is too rustic. I casually threw it out. Don't want it. It doesn't fit me. This one looks like an A-goods. I threw it out again. Why would I buy this kind of stuff? It's just barely there. I took this dress out, and Dailin came to my room and looked at my room was empty, and he got very angry. One time it didn't work and she went and killed herself again. Ouch! I made a sound in the cloakroom and was hit with some pain. Emperlin then looked over. In the cloakroom, when he angrily opened the door, his originally angry face instantly became a little red. His eyes had looked over with unblinking eyes, and I looked at myself in the mirror, already changed my clothes. Seeing behind me, Dailin came here. You came just in time. Help me pull down the zip. I then recalled. Finished. I'm used to giving orders all these years. Fourth brother will definitely be even more angry. Then shouted fourth brother. He had already walked behind me. I don't know if it would help me or not, but it helped me zip up anyway. I looked back at the man and happily said, "Thank you, fourth brother." Great. He wasn't angry. While Dai Lin looked at me, he looked a little embarrassed. Thinking back to the previous scene, I was wearing nice clothes and standing in front of him, but then he let go of his hand, perhaps recalling bad things again, before he asked me why I perm my hair. Ashwin likes mature girls the most. Thinking of these, Dai Lin's face was gloomy again. These all really happened. He then directly left here. I turned my head to look over. I don't know why. I then directly pulled his hands. I have to prove my innocence. I then directly said, "Fourth brother, I have figured it out. I want to break up with Wangfu favoritism." But Dai Lin looked at me seriously. "You think I will still believe?" He clenched his fists. In his heart he should already be very disappointed in me. Fourth brother doesn't believe me anymore. Since he said he doesn't believe me, then I'll use my actions to make fourth brother understand my determination. I turned around and left the place. I'm going to find him now and break up with him. He pulled my hand in a deadly grip so that I couldn't leave. He roared, "And then what? Take the opportunity to escape and go far away. That person who used my body indiscriminately. How many times did he cheat fourth brother? Fourth brother, I didn't. I really want to break up. I'm not lying. No." He looked at me seriously and proved it to me. "Prove it. If that Wangfu martyr was in front of me, I could break up with him right away, or even slap him a few times. But now Khan says it doesn't believe me, and he won't let me leave." I suddenly thought of a way. Had an idea. My face turned slightly red. One hand reached out on Dai Lin's shoulder. My own feet then padded up to increase my height. Finally, I took the initiative to kiss up, not sure if this would prove it or not. Then I slowly parted my mouth and looked at the man in front of me. I said seriously, "If I really like Wangfu Shuing, I won't kiss you. Isn't it?" Fourth brother's eyes didn't change as he looked. His eyes revealed surprise. Then he walked towards me. I also panicked and backed up. "Fourth brother." Is fourth brother angry? His hand reached behind my waist. "It's over. It's over." Fourth brother has always hated women getting close to him. I'm so sexually obsessed. How could I think of such a stupid method? He actually kissed me. How can this be? Did he believe me? I couldn't help myself but to respond to his kiss. He looked at me with a smile and held my head. "That's what you call a kiss." Finally, we sat down and faced each other. I need to explain what I did. Hey, fourth actually kissed me. I looked at the man happily. I didn't realize that fourth brother's kisses were so passionate, worthy of someone who studied in Europe. I peeked at him, wanting to know what he was doing and whether he was happy in his heart or not. But fourth brother was still eating his steak without any other movement. Fourth brother is always indifferent to everything. How can such a man be so active? That aggressive behavior just now. Is it only in front of me? He picked up the red wine and made a toast with me. Finally, he drank it himself, and I watched him swallow it. If such a fourth brother, I would still be fantasizing about a bright future. He looked at me as if he knew I was looking at him. I coughed awkwardly to hide my behavior. "Fourth brother, I know I'm wrong. I'll listen to you from now on. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Fourth brother, will you forgive me?" Dai Lin looked at me and just uttered 4 words. "Go to school properly." I immediately nodded my head. "It's NNM. I will definitely do well in school." Then he continued, "No more seeing Wang Pushuing." My arms crossed. "Even if I happen to meet, I will close my eyes." And Dai Lin could only sigh helplessly. "Last chance." I looked at him happily. "Thank you, fourth brother. I didn't realize that a kiss could solve the problem. Can't we all do that in the future?" I then inquired him, "So can I go to school tomorrow?" He ended up saying no, and his face instantly turned gloomy. "Why, didn't fourth brother tell me to go to school properly? Didn't he already make me go to school? Why did he get angry again?" He said calmly, "You go to school on Sundays too." I touched my head, probably because I lost a lot of blood brain, a little confused. Remembered wrong? I thought it was Monday. I've been away for 2 years. How can I know the day of the week when I'm back all of a sudden? At that moment, Annie brought a bowl of soup and placed it in front of me. "Fifth miss, this is the blood tonic soup that young master asked me to make for you. Qing super hates offal and vegetables, but there's no way around it. Fourth brother prepared it for me. It's poison to eat." I ate quickly and kept chewing. It was the only way. I couldn't smell the flavor. "It's so delicious, fourth brother." But I ate it all. I showed the finished bowl. I ended up burping. It was so embarrassing. I can't believe I burped so unimaginatively in front of fourth brother. But it was worth it. Fourth brother was actually laughing at my hiccups. I stroked his face. Fourth brother should smile more. I really like to see fourth brother happy. Fourth brother, these 2 years I have had a hard time. I really want to go back to the old days when we were happy together. Dai Lin touched my hands and calmly said, "Eight, it will be fine. For the fourth brother may just be a normal and strange dinner. For me it has been 10 years. Fourth brother, just like you said, everything will be fine. Time comes to evening. I am really back. Such a sleep. Will wake up still in that time and space? Will fourth brother, whom I've hardly seen, disappear? This is too ridiculous." At this moment, the door was opened. Fourth brother came to the door of my room and looked at me. When I saw him about to walk in, I immediately pretended to be asleep. I couldn't be discovered by him. He came to my bed, not knowing what he would do. Fourth brother touched my head. So it turns out that fourth brother was worried that I would have a fever and came to see me specially. Won't find out that I'm pretending to be asleep. Fourth brother's hand slowly stretched out again, but my face reveals white light, while I can't move at the same time. Finally his hand was placed next to my pillow, but fourth brother's eyes were a bit serious and seemed a bit angry. My heart is beating fast. Fourth brother is getting closer and closer to me. Fourth brother is going to steal a kiss from me. Does he like me too? I clenched my fist nervously. I heard the sound of a mobile phone next to my pillow. He took out his mobile phone to see who was calling. What I didn't realize was that it was Huang Pushwin. "It's over. How can I explain?" Fourth brother was furious. He looked at the phone and shouted my name. I was shocked by the sound and opened my eyes. I pretended to rub my eyes. "Fourth brother, are you in my room?" He held the mobile phone to me. "This is your so-called breakup." When he saw the phone, he immediately threw it away. I took fourth brother's hand and tried to stop him from leaving. "Fourth brother, you listen to my explanation." He turned his head and looked at me. His eyes were sharp. "You want to lie to me again?" I looked at him aggressively. "Fourth brother, I really didn't lie to you." But he still shook off my hand, not wanting to listen to me anymore. Finally, I chased after him. "Fourth brother, wait for me." As a result, fourth brother went back to his room and closed the door in an instant. He just said one word, "Get lost." I still wanted to knock on the door, but stopped my hand. "Fourth brother, I'll wait for you," but didn't continue, because I knew it might be useless. In the past, when fourth brother was angry, he would lock himself in the gym to vent. When the person calmed down after venting, he might listen to my explanation. "Fourth brother, forgive me." "Okay." At that time I begged him so hard, but he didn't want to care about me. He just said I was a liar. "Keep working on your boxing." I sunk lower. I really wanted to go back to the old days when I spent time with fourth brother. What kind of talk is he going to use to trick me this time? T-Lin has already stopped. When he opened the door, he didn't see me. I crouched at the door of his room, already asleep, and could only fall down. Finally, fourth brother helped me up and watched me fall asleep, but my mouth was still chanting fourth brother, hoping he could forgive me. Dai Lin sighed, then picked me up. "It is impossible to let me sleep here all night long." Finally carried back to the room, and I didn't wake up, still snuggled in his arms. The next morning, I frantically pressed the keyboard. This is the second day of my recovery. There are still a lot of things to deal with. Clicking on my email, my assistant Zhao Yi sent me an email. "Jun Qing, Sister Zone is going to be furious. If you don't come to the company, she is going to throw you into the etiquette department." I helplessly rubbed my head. That traveler really left me quite a mess. There was a knock at the door. "Miss, are you up? Young master instructed me to call you up for dinner before he left the house." "Got it." I stood up. "And there's this big trouble of yours. I'll take care of you one by one." The traveler was tapped by talent scouts during these 2 years by using my appearance to enter the entertainment industry without any strength. Now I'm an 18th line artist that everyone mocks, and the company I signed with, Skystar Culture, has almost given up on me. Today I have to turn things around, explain this company before fourth brother comes home. I have to deal with it urgently, so he knows I'm not lying to him. Tianjin Culture Company building. I came outside the office. Which one is the director's office? The famous singer Bai Lu. Isn't this the singer Bai Lu? Although she is from a talent show, she is a real singer with potential. Wait, Golden Agent Lin Fan Evening. Bai Lu turned his head. "What else to say, it big broker?" the agent said with a serious face. "Bai Lu, I do all the arrangements are for your own good. You really don't think about saying." I overheard their conversation. Shiro hugged herself. "Yes, you do not need to waste your breath." This agent frowned. "Fine, but you better not forget who got you where you are today." Bai Lu wasn't polite and replied directly to her, saying as if I'm relying on you to be popular. "I can succeed all because of my own strength." "You're so capable." Bai Lu suddenly revealed a treacherous smile. She pointed at me. "If you can make this idiot popular, then I, Bai Lu, will obey you. When she becomes popular, I will immediately quit the entertainment industry." I pointed at myself. "I'm just passing by. How can this be a lie?" Of course I won't hold back. Sister Lu, be a man of conscience. You only got a left place in the audition. No company dared to take you. If it wasn't for Sister Lu's discerning eye, you'd probably still be selling alcohol in a nightclub. Bai Lu looked at me with an annoyed face. Suddenly she stretched out her hand. Just by your qualification, who are you to talk to me here? Yo, you're going to make a movie if you can't say it. I looked at this crazy woman, so shameless. Just as her hand was about to fall, Lin Fan Evening caught her hand. Enough. I won't stop you if you want to leave, but I'll give you one last piece of advice. As an artist, you rely on your work to speak, nothing else, so behave yourself. Bai Lu broke away from her hand, snorted coldly, turned around, and was ready to leave the place. Lin Fan Evening looked at me. Sorry to bring you into this. It's fine. But Sister Evening, won't you be upset if you just let her leave? Lin Fan Evening held his eyes. What do you mean? My hand went into my bag. You need an artist who can give you back your face. And I need a good manager. I hope Sister Evening can give me a chance. I took out a recording, and Lin Fan Evening is also thinking about it. Once Bai Lu is gone, I do need a strong artist to take over. But this girl, either you waste a few minutes or regret it for the rest of your life. Sister Evening, how do you choose? Jun Qing's assistant, Zhao Yi. She's in the corridor. I don't know if she's worried about me or not. I called out to her, Zhao Yi, and when she heard my voice, she turned around. Are you Jun Qing? Yi Zhao looked at me in disbelief. I then started to question her. Yi, what is my current arrangement? Zhao Yi looked at me awkwardly. I'm sorry. The company has transferred you to the etiquette department. She took out a file. I am also no longer your assistant. I took the file. So I asked her where the etiquette department was. Zhao Yi was a bit helpless. Alas, it is better for me to take you there. Zhao Yi then began to say, the art department's director Li is not in recently. When he comes back from abroad, you can find him to talk about it. Then she whispered, let's start with the trainees. Maybe he will agree. When I came to the entrance of the etiquette department, Sister Su of the etiquette department is not very temperamental. Be careful. I can only send you here. I looked at this assistant. Once the traveler occupied my body and caused her a lot of trouble. She didn't even mind. It is now that I am being cold-shouldered by the company also still did not fall into the well. Zhao Yi, this person is not bad. I took her hand. Yi, if I go back to being an artist, how about you come back as my assistant? Zhao Yi looked at me with a sweet smile. Okay, I'll wait for you. And I turned around and started knocking on the door. I can't stay here in the etiquette department. Opening the door, I poked my head out and looked inside. You must be Sister Su. I'm Jun Light who's here to report. Please take care of me in the future. And Sister Su's mobile phone was still playing a TV series. From the phone came, why are you wearing Pinru's clothes? You are so slutty. Sister Su waved her hand. Go, go, go. Go over there and sort out the props. I raised my hand. Look, this hand of mine is injured. Can I do some light work first today? What? You're pretending to be suicidal with a gauze on it. I'll tell you what. You'll do whatever I tell you to do. 10 years in the East, 10 years in the West. Maybe I'll be an artist again someday. Don't bully me. Sister Su. Sister Su pointed at me and laughed. I don't know you. You don't even know how to hold a microphone, and you still want to be an artist. If you want to turn over a new leaf, dream on. I looked at her evilly. That's not possible. Sister Su looked annoyed. If you can be an artist again, I'll crawl. At that moment her phone rang. She turned to look at it, and when she picked up the phone, hello, Sister Evening, what can I do for you? The smile at the beginning was gone. She looked at me angrily. I know, I'll let her go up now. I then showed off. What a coincidence. It looks like I'm going back to being an artist now. With that, I waved my hand and left this disgusting place, and this old woman is angry and gnashing her teeth. What's the use of being complacent now? It's not likely that she'll come back gray in a while. At the Dai family mansion, all the people were sitting here, looking tense. Dai Lin stood in front of them and just started roaring. You guys listen to me clearly. After we get her back this time, no one is allowed to control her anymore. Let her fend for herself. It's thundering and raining heavily outside. The people behind us started to report that the school had asked about her. They hadn't seen her, and she hadn't been anywhere else. Dai Lin looked at him very angrily. Then go look again. Don't talk such rubbish. Alive. I want to see someone. Dead. The body will be found for me.